There you go.
Yay.
I was like in my down mind, like, trying to figure out all the friggin' Success Club that you want to talk about. But anything we go over, we'll talk about them at the end, and we'll kind of just go through each thing that we want to talk about tonight. First thing we'll do is some recognition. So I'm going to just kind of go through quickly last month and this month, what's going on, since we still have a couple days in the month to go. And I just did this real quick with my report. So if I missed anybody, it's just because I was going through my report real quick. So on the people that got Success Club points last month were Katie, Leandra, Shelby, and Nikki. Nikki was the top with 8. And this month on the board, Maria, Ebony, Christina, Leandra, Katie, Shelby, and Nikki. Highest right now is, highest last month, Shelby, you got 14. Bananas. Amazing. Nikki got 12, and Nikki has the most this month right now with 8. I know she's away on vacation right now, and she was like bummed she couldn't hop on. But so she's at the highest. And then in the past week, myself, Kara, Nikki, and Leandra all recruited a coach. That's as far back as I went. So if you recruited anyone this month, great job. That's what I have.
Woohoo. And I have Stephanie hit Success Club just now, 60 months in a row now. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
And then Catherine reached Success Club last month and also has points on the board for this month. Woohoo! And then Alicia also had some Success Club points on the board last month. So that's where we're at.
Yay.
And I did reach, you guys, Success Club has been rough for me the last couple months. I had to beg family members the last 2 months, but this month I've already reached Success Club for the 70-something month. So don't give up. Don't break the streak. Once you have a streak going, don't break it.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to talk about Success Club for sure in a little bit. But probably the most important thing, just where we're closing out a year and coming on to a new year, is just really focusing on whatever you want to call them, whether it's goals, your vision, really thinking about what it is long-term that you want from this, what you want out of the full year. Sometimes saying a goal intimidates people because they say they want something and then they have a time limit, and then if they don't hit it, then they feel like they're not good enough, and then self-doubt creeps in, and then it kind of defeats the purpose of setting goals. So really just, this is for whatever you feel like is going to move you forward, but really think about how your past year went. This is your time to really reflect on your past year and be real with yourself, be honest with yourself, and what you really want out of this year. What did you think went awesome this past year? What can you work on? And I heard a great quote from Brendan Bouchard, and it was it made so much sense when he said, if you're making goals based on what you already know and can do, then they're just tasks. So if you say all right, well, I want to hit diamond by whatever, but your goal was last year was to hit diamond by whatever, you knew last year, you believed in yourself to do it, or you wouldn't have set the goal. That wouldn't have been your goal. So you knew you could have done it then. So you should be setting goals that you have no idea how you're going to hit. I have a financial goal in mind that I'm I have no clue how I would hit that. And it would scare the crap for me to tell anyone in public what that was, because they'd be are you kidding me? But that's the kind of things you have to do, because then you have to figure out ways to grow. If you just keep going status quo, I have the same goal for the past 3 years, you're not going to be growing. If you have that same goal, then you have to be doing things to move forward. So you have to learn new things. You have to do things you've never done before. I'm already making lists of things that I have never done that I'm going to be doing this year. It might be outsourcing more, hiring people for me to be able to focus on things that are important to me in this business, where I have a crazy life and I have a baby coming. So I have to look at that realistically and say okay, how can I plan ahead, knowing that my goals are only getting 10x bigger, but my life is probably getting 10x crazier. And so really just thinking breaking it down into quarters. I think sometimes looking at the whole year is like intimidating because it's so far away. So really breaking it down into quarters so that things seem more realistic. And then like having your non-negotiables of, even if it's weekly, if you have a goal, like I want you guys to all have a goal for first quarter. And okay, so that's, what is it? However many weeks it is, like let's say 16 weeks, I don't know. And then break it down per month and then break it down per week. So you know every single week what you should be doing. If you want to be recruiting 2 coaches a month, then that means come day 14, you better be like still working your ass off until you hit those 2 people, because that's your non-negotiable. So your non-negotiable has to be that, like, if it's your non-negotiable, you're working until like the last minute to make it happen. And if you don't hit it, then you know you did everything you needed to do to make it happen. And if it didn't happen, you're probably further than if you hadn't worked that hard. So if you really were like, I'm hitting 2 coaches a month, and you worked really, really hard up until midnight that month, maybe you only got 1 coach, but if you didn't work that hard, you probably would have gotten 0. So you have to be true to yourself and say, like, what is important to me? What is my vision with this? Because if you just say, I want to hit this, or I want to hit that rank by this certain time, but then you're not taking the actions, like, you guys know it's all about action. We can read personal development till we're blue in the face, and then if you don't implement it, it doesn't matter. So you have to really look at your past, what's worked, what hasn't, and then really take action moving forward. And then you're just going to learn. Things are going to come your way that are hard. Strugglers are going to jump in. Things are going to happen in your family. People are going to get sick. People are going to get pregnant. Things are going to happen, but you have to just take those struggles and then like reassess, figure it out, and then keep moving forward. If you let those things push you back, you just keep moving further and further back. And then it's like, why did I do that? And you regret it because you're like, I can't get forward if you're taking those long time to move back. So like I was listening to a wake up call the other day, and she was like, the worst thing you can do in December is to just be like, oh, I'll wait till January. Because she's like, that's 30 days that you should have hustled, because people need help in January. And when they'll come to you when they're ready in January. Of course, there's like 2 weeks where people are like, I'm not buying anything because it's Christmas. But if you're showing up every single day through December, come January, they're going to come to you. Or when you reach out to them and invite them, because Christmas is now over, they're going to be like, okay, I know what you've been doing all month. So if you let yourself fall back every time something is hard, you're not going to move forward, guys. So you have to really look at your schedule each week and be realistic with yourself. If you wanted to like stay up late every night and didn't happen, then that's clearly not working for you. If you said you'd work on your lunch break and you're not, that's not working for you. If you need to get up early, maybe that's what you have to do. So really look at each week and schedule out your time so that you know you have time to do these non-negotiables. So for me, like I was at Success Club 4 on Friday. You guys know, like for me, I will hit Success Club no matter what I have to do. And so I basically was at Starbucks and I just kept inviting, and I said I'm not leaving until I get 1 yes. So I know that I hit Success Club. And that's just what I do, because I know that that's my non-negotiable, because that's what moves my business forward. And I know that I never want to move backwards. So really just look at your vision of what you want. That's really what this is all about. It doesn't necessarily have to be an income. It doesn't have to be a rank. But like the vision of why you're doing this, that's what's going to make you do it when it's hard. If you're like, okay, I want to get out of this rat race of going to work, a job that I hate, or I want to see my kids more, or I want to be able to just book a trip with my family and pay for it in cash. Like the vision of what you want out of this is what's going to make you do it when it's like you're in tears because your day sucked. And trust me, I shed lots of tears this past month. It was a really hard month for me and all the things going on in my life. But I've learned that you have to just take those things, do what you can that day, and move forward. Maybe it was that I just followed up with 5 people that I knew wanted information. Maybe it was just getting my workout in and posting about it. It's something. So even if my day is terrible, I'm not going to bed until I do something that's moving my business forward, even if it's a millimeter. Because the more days that you just take off, the harder it is to get back into it. So really like write down your vision, what it is that you want for this year, and then write your scary goals. Don't not set a goal because you're like, okay, well, what if I don't hit it? Because then I'll feel bad. just like put it out there into the universe and be like, if I could have anything I wanted, because you will listen to calls from coaches that were like, I was making $1,000 a week and a year later I'm making $30,000 a month. And it's possible. So whatever it is that you feel like, oh, if I could have this, it would be like the most amazing thing in 1 year. Just write it down. Talk to your upline coach. Figure out what your goals are. Talk about finances, because if you know I need to make this many sales for me to make this much money, then that's something you know that you can make happen. It's just taking the action every single day to make it happen. So really just write down your quarter goals, have a summit goal. If you're going to summit, like maybe you want to be a diamond by summit because like that just to you would be so exciting. Maybe you want to be 2-star by summit because it's a different recognition. Maybe you want to have 7 months of Success Club straight, knowing that like, oh my gosh, I'm halfway to getting Success Club All-Star or whichever the 12-month one is. Like set goals for yourself that excite you. Set goals so that you can be like, I'm so proud to tell my boyfriend, to tell my husband what I'm doing and what this is doing for us or our family. Maybe if your boyfriend or husband or whoever doesn't support you in this, you make $300 in 1 month and you're like, hey, let's go out for a kick-ass dinner and it's on me because this is the money that I made with coaching. Start showing people like what your income can do so that they can see that this is like a real thing. Tell your spouse or your people in your life your goals, because they need to know. So they need to know, like, if I tell Mike, like, babe, I'm close to this, I need you to help me out. So if there's a night that like I tell you I need you to like take care of the kids so I can focus for an hour to like just work, I'm going to need you to do that. And he understands because I'm open with what I want out of this business. And so when people see you taking it seriously, that that's what you want, then they're going to be like more respectful of you of that too. But they need to know what you want, because then they're just going to resent you if you're not, if you're on your phone or you're taking time away from family. But if you are showing up and then you're getting results and they're seeing that, it's just going to be a full cycle. So I think Allie did you have a sheet with goals or something that you wanted to share?
Yeah. One of my Instagram friends, I posted it in the event and I could post it in the link in a second, but it has like your goals broken down into finances and family and health and business and just everything. There's like 6 little categories just to use to kind of brain dump. And then from that, you can make a vision board on PicMonkey or on Canva, so that you can like sit and look at it. And I'm not the best at doing it. So this year I'm going to make my vision board again, and I'm going to print it and put it somewhere where I'll look at it every single day, because it's so important to have that in front of you and to do your affirmations as well, just to keep you motivated and on track. But I'll post that.
Have your vision board, take the time to do it. Like, even if it takes an hour, put it somewhere that you're going to see it every day. Sometimes people put it in places that they think they'll see it every day. Like, I put it on my desktop once, but I'm like, I always have a window open that I'm working on, so I never saw it. Sometimes I'd put it on my phone, and it was in places I really wouldn't see it. So I feel like the people that are like most benefit from it, they're like, it literally, I have it on my closet door, or it's somewhere like on my kitchen wall that I literally see it every single day. So like when times are tough and things are really hard, you're looking at your vision every day of why you're doing something. Yeah, I'm actually with a girl, my wax girl. She wants to do like a vision board. She owns her own wax place. So we're going to do a vision board thing this month, which I'm excited about, because like there's so many people that just know that vision boards can be so helpful. Daily affirmations, just getting into that mindset every single day, getting into a routine of 5 minutes a day, writing down your goals over and over again, writing down affirmations, visualizing what you want. Like, I literally visualize my goal of like what I want at Summit and seeing myself doing that, thinking how I would feel if I did that. And really just getting into that like whole like vibe of how this would make me feel if I achieved that. Because when you have certain goals and you say them out loud, your brain like tries to figure out ways to make it happen. So it's just like when you like want a new car and then you see that car everywhere. It's not just showing up more. It's just your brain like processing it. It sees it more. So if you say like, I am a diamond coach and this is what I'm going to be doing to be hitting it. I want to help 5 people that need my help with health and fitness. I want to recruit 2 girls that are going to really want to work the business and run with me. When you start saying those things out loud, your brain's going to start looking for things to make those things happen. So it all just like kind of cycles together. doing all of those things together. Vision boards, affirmations, writing your goals, like writing down is so important. Again, it's not like typing them out, having a notepad where you literally write them out, writing out your vision. It's just keeping everything at the forefront so that you don't forget it, because when life is hard, if it's way back here, it's not going to matter. And for me, like when I knew I wanted to leave my full-time job, whenever I didn't want to work, I literally would think about my long days at work, the days I'd be crying, my long commutes, not seeing my family, and that, like, not wanting to work would kind of just go away. And I'd be like, Steph, just suck it up, just get your shit done and move on. And I think that's where, like, scheduling what your time, it's like, just set a timer. If it's 20, 30 minutes, that you can get a lot done. A lot of income producing activity in that time. So I don't care if you don't have time to do posts, and I don't care if you don't have time to do graphics. If you have 20 minutes that you can be inviting, and the next you have 20 minutes to be talking to people, and the next you have 20 minutes to be adding to your network, you're going to move your business forward. But you have to be doing it every single day or 6 days, whatever it is that is your schedule. But you can't do like once a week and expect to be moving forward in this business. It has to be super consistent. Like for me, there are days that I might get 15 minutes in, but then there are days that Mike watches Cash and I work for 3 hours. And so I can get so much done in that time. And I literally feel like I could conquer the world when I just get it done. So you'll feel really good if you set time and just get it done. It's like 20 minutes you could do something, and then it's like, just go on with your day. But if you're constantly like, oh, I can't do it because I have this and that and this and that, like, it's never gonna happen. And what I recently read in a book, and I was like, wow, I think it was Girl Wash Your Face. She said, when you tell yourself like, okay, I'm gonna get up tomorrow morning, and you don't, and you're basically like not keeping yourself accountable, your brain knows that you don't follow through with what you're gonna say. So if you're like, I'm gonna work tomorrow from 10 to 11, and then you don't, and then you say the next day, okay, I gotta do it tomorrow, your brain doesn't believe it, because it's like you never follow through with yourself. So then it's natural that you are always in that habit, that you can't break it. So you have to be, that's why she said you always have to, like, having a date with yourself is always the most important thing. Whether it's getting up first thing in the morning, getting in your workout, whatever it is that you're trying to do more of, she's like, if you just ignore that every single day, you're never going to get out of that, because your brain is like, you never follow through with me. You say you're going to do these things and you don't. So it's pretty amazing, like, what your brain can do, and how much impact it does have on your everyday life with moving forward towards your goals. Anything you want to add in, Allie? Oh, and just, I think really, like, once you figure out your first quarter goals, talk to your coach and just reverse engineer it. If you have a goal of, you don't have to say, like, if it's a rank, maybe it's just recruiting a certain number of people. Maybe it's that you want to help this many people because you don't want to say, like, oh, a Success Club 10, but you want to help 3 to 5 people a month. However it may be, so that it seems like less scary for you. And then just have the reverse engineer. And so, every single week, like, okay, it's Friday, Steph, so I have 2 more days to hit this goal. What am I going to do to make it happen in the next 2 days? Maybe it's reassessing, like, what do I have going on in the next 2 days? Maybe I have to stay up late tonight. Maybe I get up early tomorrow, and you just figure out where you fit it in. I guess we can go on to, the Success Club trip they'll be announcing, which is exciting.
Success Club trip and Success Club.
Yeah.
Can you guys, it might be a different call, it's fine, but I don't think last year I understood the Success Club trip. Like if you had to apply or what, if you could just maybe send an email. Sure. You don't have to talk about it tonight, but I just need to learn just a little bit more. Yeah,
so they'll be announcing the Success Club trip for 2020 in January.
Okay.
So basically, people have to register to go. So every single coach can't go. There's not enough space. So basically 5-star, diamonds and above, elite. If you're Success Club All-Star or Legend, can't remember which, they get to pre-register first. So they get to register the day they announce where they're going. And then after that, it goes by number of Success Club points that someone has. So basically whoever has the most, they get an email that says you are now welcome to register. So however many people can fit, get the email, you can register. Not everyone registers because some people can't go or whatever. And so they basically keep emailing the next person on the list when there's an opening based on Success Club points. And then to pay for it, so like if I register, then usually it's $250 to $300 per quarter you will be charged unless you have enough Success Club points to cover it. So it's about on average, like, I think to fully cover it, it broke down to like Success Club 8. I feel like it used to be Success Club 5.
I think if you hit it for the whole year, it's covered. So.
Okay.
And
So
I think when you hit 10, you get like a cash.
yeah, I know like when you hit 10, once you hit like 10 or more, then you'll get like spa credits, golf credits. You get like extra stuff because you have, you go over, you earn more than you need to. So they give you like $250 or $500 or something. So the registration is based on the prior year Success Club points, but you're earning it the year of.
Okay. And then if you register, that's you saying you're for sure going?
Yes. So there's going to be like a $200 deposit that is non-refundable. So like I can't go because I'm having a baby the week of this year's. So like I lost that. But once I canceled, I got my money back for what was it? Oh, because I upgraded to a more expensive room, I paid like $75 more per quarter. So like my room was covered, which is like the basic room is covered by Success Club points. And then if you want to have like a better room, so like I picked like a balcony room because it was a cruise. So I paid $75 per quarter. So I got that money back once I canceled, because I knew I couldn't go, or I got refunded some money. So basically like your registration is based on what you got last year. But like a lot of people cancel because they end up not being able to go because they think they want to and then they can't. So a lot of people end up getting on the list to go. So if you get the email to register, like definitely do it. And then you have the whole year to.
I think that's what I just misunderstood it.
Yeah, it's kind of like 2 years worth. So basically like everything you earn this coming year will allow you to get on early registration for next January for the following trip.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And if you do qualify, your trip will be paid for based on whatever you got. You know, like if you still get to register.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's confusing now. It used to be a little less. But they used to just do it by, like, everybody could register. So now they made it where it is based on Success Club points because it's a Success Club trip. So now it's a little more complicated.
Yeah. And so they obviously make people that have hit it consistently for 12 or 24 months, they're allowed to pre-register because they've been hitting it. So your goal, if you want to grow in this business, should be Success Club 5 every month. Like, plain and simple, because it means you're going to get the commission and those 3 people are probably eventually going to join your team. Like, that's just how it's going to work. So it really should be your non-negotiable every single month if you want to move forward in this business. So if you hit it every single month, then you'll get an award next January, and you would be able to get early registration. I'm pretty sure it's not just Legends. I think it's All Stars, but it might only be Legends. But once you hit 12, you're never going to want to miss it. It's basically how it works. Like, once I got like, I don't know, a certain number of months in a row, then you're like, oh, like if you're about recognition like me, like I just have this like competition with myself. I'm like, I have to hit 12, then I have to hit 24. And then after that, you never want to lose it because you get those things. So like, as long as you, like Allison and I, we don't get rewarded anymore for having it for so long, but we always get like pre-registration for any time there's an event, which is nice. Cause then you don't have to just like worry about it. You know, Summit, all that, you get early access. So like, you don't have to worry about getting a hotel room and all that stuff. Yeah. Which, speaking of, I got an email today about Summit. If you refer someone and they sign up, you get into a private celebrity workout, I think it was. But I got the new email for like everything for January. I just haven't had a chance to go through it. Allie, I know you don't get those, so I'll just, it must be the Transform 20. It must be about that.
Oh.
For sales, challenge pack sales. So yeah, so if Success Club is your non-negotiable, then like talk to your coach and just figure out, how do I make it happen every single month? Alison and I can basically tell you what we do every single month to hit it every single month. It really should be your non-negotiable if you want to move forward. And if you want to grow your team, you have to be doing the things that you want them to do. So I can't expect my coaches to hit Success Club if I'm never hitting it. So you have to lead by example. So if you want people to come on board and you want them to grow, which is what's going to make you grow financially, you have to be setting the example and showing like how you grow, so then they'll follow.
The Win the Week tracker is amazing, by the way, if you haven't started using it yet. It's really good for like reminding you to do coaching breadcrumb posts and business posts, and then just also the conversations is huge, just building those relationships. Because like I said, this is the first month that I didn't have to wait till the last day of the month to like beg a family member to order. And it's because like I've been starting 70 or more conversations a week, and I'm doing like that 45-minute time block where I just like set my timer. I do it during nap time because I said I was going to be a morning person, and I'm not. So like Steph said, like if you keep saying you're going to do something and you're not doing it, like do something else. So that Win the Week tracker really has been a game changer for me. So if you haven't used it yet, do it.
Yeah, and as I always said, like following up is basically like how I've been successful in this business, is just following up. Like I probably did like upwards of 10 follow-ups to the same person in December, because they were like, yeah, they were interested enough that I'm like, I'm not letting them go until I close them. So I literally will follow up with results. I follow up with people a lot. It could be weekly sometimes, like even if they're like, oh no, I don't think so. If something new comes out or a sale comes out, you better believe I'm reaching out. Or if I'm like, I'm going to do like, for the next person that signs up a $20 Amazon gift card, you better believe I'm reaching out to that person. I don't care if they said no. I'm going to reach back out and be like, hey, I know you said no, but I'm doing this, so I didn't want you to miss out. So I follow up with people a ton. But I also make sure that I'm just talking to them in between as well. So that's really what it comes down to, is like you just have to be talking to enough people that you can invite and follow up with all of them. That's really what it is. If you're inviting enough people, then you can follow up with that many people over and over and over again. And now that they have the 6-month like thing with Success Club, like I have lots of people that I've gotten Success Club points from, and they got a year ago, 2 years ago, they've been challenge pack purchases. But those are all people like that are so easy. It's like, hey, how are you doing? Where are you at? And people are usually like, oh my God, I need you to like get me back on track. So that's like take advantage of that we have that now with the 6-month thing, which is really cool. So Transform 20, we can talk about that. So Allie was saying that either Christina has a group that we can add everyone to, or we can run our own. So
I want to see like how many people everybody has.
Maybe put in the chat what you would rather. It's either going to be huge. Maybe you want like more energy, or you want it to be like just our team. It's still going to be a lot. I mean, I probably have, I don't know, like 7 or 8 people.
Medium size. Well, put it in the chat.
Yeah, just put it in the chat so we know, because we want to get that organized ASAP, where next like Sunday will be prep.
Yeah, our lift group was good. I agree. I liked that group a lot. Medium size seems to be the winning one.
Okay.
Woohoo! I'm excited for 20-minute workouts.
So if you're a coach and you want to move your business forward, like everyone pretty much should be doing Transform 20. I'm going to do my best with it, even though I'm going to be like well into pregnancy. You know, like I probably won't be using the step all that much, or I'll be doing the modifier, which is good. So for me, for inviting, it's been awesome because people will be like, I don't know, I haven't been working out. Can I use like, is there a modifier? And I'm like, well, I'll probably be doing all that, you know, being super pregnant. So it's just, if it's, people love it, guys. People love the 20 minutes a day. If in 6 weeks, by like March, spring break, people are showing amazing results, people are going to be like, oh yeah, I should have done that. So you really need to be using the products. Like when new launches come, doing the programs, and just sharing your journey, like sharing this whole 6 weeks is going to be like super, super crucial to growing, so that when round two comes along. And then when I do a postpartum, I'll be really excited too. But by then something new will come out, and then I'll miss the whole boat doing it, right? Because they're always coming out with new stuff. So yeah, you should be in it if you're trying to move your business forward, doing the program, and you need to get at least one person in our group. So you have someone that you are coaching, someone that you are holding accountable, someone that you can shout out, someone that you can say on social media, like, hey, my challenger is doing this. I'm super proud of them. Like that's what it's all about. So even if you're brand new, like get one person on board. It's on sale, I believe, through when we start the 14th, but I could be wrong. I thought that's what it was, and I think the coach VIP access with Sean, I think it's by the 31st you have to purchase, but don't quote me on that, but I thought I read that. If anyone knows, you can write it in the chat, but I thought I read that. That's another thing. Like when you're inviting people, like I shared today, be like, holy crap, this is amazing. You need to get in on this. And when you invite people like that, they're kind of like, okay, wait, like, what is this? Instead of just being like, hey, would you be interested in learning this? Like when I write my messages, I feel like they can hear my voice, like yelling at them, like, oh my gosh, this is going to be bananas. You know, like that, they need that excitement to be like, okay, I want to get on this. I need to learn details. And saying things like, oh my God, if you sign up for the VIP discount, you're going to be able to get in a private group with Shaun T. He's going to do live videos. He's so inspiring. Like they don't know who Shaun T is. So if you're like, he's the insanity guy, and you just like go on and on and on about how amazing it is, and you're like, and then you're just going to get discounts on products that you're going to need throughout the whole thing to get better results. Like it's just a no-brainer. And you just like talk that way, and then they're just like, oh, all right, well, yeah, send me the details. And then that's kind of like how I follow up and invite. And I feel like that's what works for me. So like you have to like bring the excitement forward. If you're like, this person's probably going to say no, then that's the energy that's going to come across. So just like be like, oh my God, this person's going to join me. How excited would you be? And put that energy into your invite, which is why sometimes it's great to do. I haven't done them for a while, but it's great to do video or audio messaging for that reason. They hear your voice. Let's see.
Diamond mentorship.
Yeah, we can talk diamond mentorship. So I'm going to keep doing the diamond mentorship. I am going to be, I may put it out into have more people in the downline for this year. Not necessarily just my personally sponsored coaches, because I know some of my personally sponsored coaches that are working really hard, and I'm trying to help their coaches. So just for whole growth within the whole team, I will be probably extending it to the downline. Still will have like the application, so I know kind of where you're at, and still have to have, for me, probably 3 to 4 coaches underneath you. And I told coaches in the past, like if they had hit diamond a long time ago and then they lost it, everyone's eligible. It's just basically to like get into a groove. Because honestly, I meant to look up the numbers, but everyone that did it with me had awesome Success Club points, highest recruiting. So it's just about like the accountability and doing it every single day. Because for the most part, if you're not where you're at, you're probably not doing what you want to be doing every single day. So it's like 30 days where you're just like game on. And I feel like the people that were most successful are the ones that were just like every single day, no matter what, they were like, here's my tracker, here's my tracker, here's my tracker. Even if it wasn't full, they were just like, this is what I got done today. This is what I got done today. Because it was the accountability. So it's not that you have to like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have to hit diamond in 30 days. If I don't, I'm a failure. Like, it's just to get into this growth where 30 days, and then you're like, holy crap, look what I just did in 30 days. What if I did that the next 3 months? What if I did that the whole year? How much farther you're going to be in your business. So I'm definitely going to still be doing it every single month. And again, I'm going to probably extend it into the downline and kind of choose each month based on where people are at, and how much they can put into it as well. You too, Allie? We haven't even talked about it. So.
As needed, I will be doing it.
Okay. I feel like I should look at my post. I thought I had more written down.
What was it in my text? Any questions so far, or comments, or things you need help with?
Um,
2019 personal development.
Say that again.
Any good new personal development for 2019?
Oh, I have some in my Amazon box. I could look probably, but
Jahala's book. Is that in March? I feel like.
yes, I believe so.
That'll be good.
So I thought I had some saved in my Amazon. What I'm thinking for my downline is, so I'm going to need basically everyone that is like working the business. I'm going to need to know like kind of what everyone's goals are, because I'm thinking of like grouping people into like 2 or 3 groups and doing like group accountability calls with people. So people that have similar goals, whether it's like diamond in a month, diamond in 6 months, a certain rank by the end of the year, just so I can kind of know where you guys are at. And then doing probably like twice a month, like having it on the calendar, doing a group call so that we're working together, like as a team to be working together. So it's kind of like, might be like success partners or success pods of people that are working together. We talk about what you've been doing, what's working, what's not working. And just because everyone that does a call, I feel like afterwards they're like, oh my gosh, that's what I needed. Now I have a plan of attack for this week. And like that week they crush it because they're like, okay, now I know what I have to do this week. So if it's like consistent and it's just something that we have on the books and we figure out like that group, figure out times that work for everybody. And then like I can work with you guys to hit your goals and then work with you guys to work with your people so that you're helping your people. And maybe sometimes it's going to be like a coach, 2 of my coaches, and the third person might be one of their coaches. Just so that we have like group accountability calls instead of people just being like, oh, randomly here and there, let's set up a one-on-one call. Because time goes by, months go by, and then they're like, oh crap, I wanted to do a call with you last week, and then something happened. So I think that having like group accountability will be helpful for people. But just like, I'll need to know your goals. I'll need to know that like you're willing to get on calls so that like we're all doing this together. It's not like, say you're going to do a call, then you're letting people down. It's really going to be like a team effort because we're all a team here. So like, we can't do this without each other. So if like 3 people say they're in and then 5 people say they're in and these 5 people decide, oh, it doesn't matter. Like I have stuff going on. It's such a busy week, and you back out. Then these 3 people over here are like, well, I'm here showing up, and like you lose that like team feeling. So like for us to work together to grow collectively as a team, we all have to put in our parts. And so it's again going to be part of goal setting and like really looking at like what you want out of this and like get excited. Like, okay, that girl and that girl, we both have like similar goals. Like let's crush it together and maybe we can all hit these goals together and celebrate together. Like use that momentum to do things. If you're having a hard week, talk to each other and be like, hey, this week's crazy. What are you doing this week? How can I help you? And just like really working together and not just feel like you're just doing this alone. And then like you have a team call once a month or whatever that you might hop on, or you listen to it in your car, but so you don't have that like team vibe feeling of like everyone collectively getting on calls together, listening to it randomly, you don't get the same feeling. So the more everyone puts in, the more everyone's going to reap the benefits, just like our accountability groups, like challenge groups. We're like, guys, if you want to reap the benefits, you have to post every single day. You have to, like, to our customers, if you had a salad for lunch instead of pizza, post it, because you're helping somebody else. You may not think it matters, but it helps other people. So if you say, guys, I just got a yes from someone, this was my script, like, just share it. And I think that having like just little groups that you can like just resonate with, for maybe we do it for a quarter, and then we see, like, revamp and see where people's goals are at, and then we do it for another quarter. But just to be like excited and be like, really just be happy and excited to work your business, and think of ways to like make it exciting. And like, I just want to be excited to be moving forward each day, even when it sucks, even when life is hard. That's what we're all here for. And it's not like, we don't want there to be like pity parties of like, everyone's life is crazy. Everyone's is. But it's amazing how like you hear some of like the most successful people in this world have had some of like the shittiest lives dealt to them. So everyone has stuff going on. It's just how bad you want it, really. And how bad do you want that vision of why you're doing this? So that's my thought for groups. So if I have 3 people that say they want in, awesome. If I have 10 people, and then I'm just going to really, I'll try to break it up into groups, but that's my thought process to try for this year, or at least a few months, like quarters, and see how it goes. Anything, Ellie? Because the groups that we do can be like very time consuming, obviously, for Ellie and I. You guys know how it is to do challenge groups, right? So like when we're doing groups for accountability, we want people that are like engaged. And so if it's like crickets, it's a lot of work for us because we want to be helping you guys, but we need that back from you. So if it's like, if someone's like, I got all my work done today, but I didn't post in the group, like, it's like, oh my gosh, can you just post in the group? Because it's just like the accountability group. If you have a challenger that's crushing it and you're like, but where are they? You're like, girl, you need to post in the group. I want to shout you out. I want to be proud of you. Like, you have to be engaged in it. And so that's just like, that's my thought process of getting the engagement, making it feel more teamish than just
I will say,
a group.
like my 2 cents with that, I like the idea of having to be somewhere like on a call versus having to post in another group.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. I listened to someone who, what they did every week was they met on Wednesday, and then it was super short. It was their goals, and it was like short-term goals. And then they met up the following Wednesday, and it was just something that they did, and it was just expected. Like, I know I personally do not participate in posting in another group because I'm already posting in 3 or something like that. So this would be more beneficial to me than a group.
Yeah.
And it might be easier for you guys because you wouldn't have to set up posts and you wouldn't have to do that. But that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, that's helpful. I feel like I'd be the same way, and I feel like it's that accountability. Like, if like, all right, I'm getting off my 2 girls and my coach on Wednesday and it's Monday and my goals were this, I still have to like help 1 more person by Wednesday, then you're trying to hold yourself accountable. You want to be able to come to the call and be like, feel like you are bringing something to the table. So I think that it's good for accountability. So a couple things that I did over the last few days is I hired my friend that did my Donut Love website to do a Diamond Dream Catchers website so that I can just get like everything that's in the Google Drive and the team trainings, like just on a website. I'm like, it doesn't have to be fancy, just so I have that for like the entire downline. I revamped the 7-day new coach training to 5 days. I took out some videos. I redid some of them. Like, I looked crappy and the lighting wasn't great, but I was like, I just wanted something that was newer. I wanted to have stuff that was more relevant. And some of them I had just because I wanted it done. I had pulled random ones from YouTube and they weren't girls from like our downline. So those ones I just redid. So it's a 5-day training. It's super straightforward. At the beginning, I do a welcome video of like what's expected of them. That like you could literally knock this out in like 3 hours if you did it in one day, but it's 5 days. I had Success Club, Emerald, and like one other thing, basically like the most important videos, because I feel like that's kind of like the basics of the business. And I think we'll be doing more Emerald and 24, maybe twice a month is what I'm thinking. And I'm just going to be delegating a lot more this year too. So like girls that I know are be like showing leadership, girls that are hitting diamond, I'm going to be asking you guys to help, whether it's like if we're doing maybe like a 3-day sneak peek where I feel like those can be more like less time. You don't have to put as much time into it because it's like, all right, it's 3 days. You might have to post one video over the course, one video a day. It's not like, okay, we all have to be together at 8:00 at night, one night. It's just like, okay, Shelby, I need you to post a video, either a live video today, sometime about your story, or I need you to talk about like blah, blah, blah. And it's like, just do it one time today, whenever you have time. Katie, I need you the next day to do this video. And so it'll just be more of like, okay, so maybe it's twice a month that we have an opportunity for people to get in front of the business opportunity in front of them. But it's not like, okay, we all have to be around together. It's just going to be like, hey girl, if you need to post a video, I need you to post a video. And then it's like more like, I'm trying to think like it's more automatic, and it's just like delegating, getting it done. And so that way, like sometimes we can do the 1-hour calls, maybe once a month. And then maybe we do a 3-day sneak peek and like 3 people will run the 3-day sneak peak. Next month, 3 other people will run the 3-day sneak peek. The following month, 3 people will run it. So it's there for people to have, and it won't matter if one person is in the sneak peek. The videos are posted. It doesn't matter. There's something for people to see. And then like, if I see that you're doing well with something, I might say, hey, I want you to talk for 10 or 15 minutes on the team call tonight on that. And really just like delegating, getting your leadership out there, because as people are growing, like that's what's going to make you grow. The first time Allison asked me to talk, the first time Christina asked me to talk, I was like, I'm going to throw up. Like, it's just part of like what you do as you grow. So expect that from me as you're growing on our team, to just be getting more delegation. It might be like, hey girl, I need you to do this. Hey girl, like we're doing this group. Can you, for the next 3 days, post this, post whatever, set up a scheduled post or things like that. I also have a diamond push thread for like a lot of people that are like pushing for diamond. I just created a diamond thread. So like slowly those the diamonds that are in that group, I don't know if I'm going to pull them out because I know they're going to start having people maybe in there of their own, but then I'm just going to have a diamond thread. And so that's going to be for everyone in the downline. So even if you're not my coach and you hit diamond, I'll put you in this diamond thread, because again, it's just going to be about you, like what's after diamond and getting you to your next goals. Again, I'll be helping you like grow as a leader. So that's going to be another thread. So if you're close to diamond on my team, then expect to be pulled into another thread once you hit that. And once you hit diamond, you get to do like the regional calls, which are nice too, because then you are on Zoom calls with just like girls on all of their teams, and you have someone from corporate, and they just like talk about different things. You learn so much from other people, from other coaches, so it's a really great way to grow. So that's just a cool benefit too. So I have someone coming, she said within a couple of weeks, she could probably do the website. So I'll have that up. I literally took everything out of Diamond Dreamcatchers for files other than what I thought was necessary. So there's like 6 files in there. So everything is either in the Google Drive or in the files that like you really need to know. That'll all be on the website. We can talk goals if anyone wants to share goals. Thoughts? I am going to be 5-star before I have this child. That's my goal.
Yay.
So Emily, Mike is my second business center. Leandra, Heather, Maria. Emily, Mike, Leandra, Heather, Maria, my second business center, are all people that are either diamond or like a coach away. So that's actually 6, but I'm going for 5. So that's what I'm telling you guys all now. I am hiring probably a virtual assistant to just like help me with some things, like simple stuff like scheduling challenge group posts, stuff that's like, I feel like it's taking me away from doing things that I really need to do when life is like crazy. So that's something I've never done before. Because I've been just trying to do it all myself, but everyone says like you have to be acting like the coach you want to be, that successful coach. Like if you want to be making this much money, you have to be acting like you make that much money. So if you are this rank, if you want to be this rank, you have to act like it. So all the people that are where I want to be have virtual assistants. They have people helping them, things like that. So I personally will do the things that I feel like I should be doing, like messaging people, inviting people, things like that. But things like scheduling posts, Success Club graphics for like shout outs, things like that take me like 15 minutes to do, I can outsource that so that I can spend that time doing things that will really be beneficial for my business. And hiring a babysitter was something I was going to do too, at least just like once a week. Because when Mike can watch the kids, I have like a weight lifted off my shoulders that I can actually like focus and work. So I'm like, well, if I had this even more, I feel like that would be good for my mental clarity. But you guys probably have seen like Donut Love's been insane. So he's actually working overnights and we're hoping he'll be home more during the day. So he might be able to help me more there too. So I am working in some way to just be able to get out to coffee shops more to focus. So that's kind of like what I'm doing different to try to grow. Year end, $5,000 a week is my goal.
Nice.
So those are my scary goals. I just told you guys. But no one wants to tell me their scary goals. I don't know how, but let's hear it.
Me?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. My year-end goal for coaching is 3-star diamond, open a second business center, attend the Success Club trip. And then I obviously love Rachel Hollis like the rest of the world. So her you should write down 10 things that you made happen but haven't made happen yet. So my 10 things are: I'm a full-time coach, stay-at-home mom. I'm diamond by March 2019. I spoke on the National Wake Up Call. I'm a 3-star diamond coach. I wrote a book. I created a blog. I bought a lake home. I took my parents on an all-inclusive trip. I went live on Beachbody Champions page, and I own my own coffee shop.
Woo! Mic drop. I got the chills.
Now, that's not all happening in a year, obviously, but she just says to put it in the universe.
Yes. National Wake Up Call. Like my hair stood up on my arms. That's amazing.
And I don't know how I'm going to make any of those happen. But the first goal I will achieve first is diamond.
Love it. Yeah, you're so close, girl. Anyone else? Anyone? Even first quarter goal, semi-goal? See what goal you want to hit by Summit? Do you want to get an award at Summit? Get one of those like nice things, medal. Those things for me are like gold. I want one for every single rank. I love those things.
So I am going to get Kagan to Emerald by the end of January. So in January, he's going to be Emerald. I want to be Diamond by the time I go to Summit. Oh, where'd my list go? I have a huge list that I just wrote down. Let's see. What's something super scary? Success Club 10 every month in 2019.
Boom.
Let's see. There's a lot. And then a big scary one is to franchise our own coffee shops. So
nice.
We're there too.
Love it. It's crazy, girl, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I've seen it be worth it. So
Yeah.
you take the husband away from working for somebody else doing it.
Yes. Yeah. Mike's probably slept like 12 hours in like 2 weeks, but we're like, it's worth it. It's worth it. Right? I'm like, now you know what it feels like to be a new mom.
Right. I was thinking that when you said his sleep schedule, I was like, oh, that sounds like when you have a newborn.
Yep. Trying to think if there's anything else, but I think that's it. I figured this was going to be an
My
hour.
goals are in the basement, and I have like I have a memory, but I don't really have a memory right.
Oh, and I wrote 8-star
Oh.
by Spirit. That was my other year thing. I'd say and open up a 3rd business center would be a huge goal. Duplicate yourself.
This is 2-star by March.
Get to 2-star. Like, have that be in your crazy goals, because opening in the 2nd business center is really, really, really huge for your business, and having second income, means of income.
More volume, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. Maybe be more organized. This is my list for tonight. That's like an ongoing thing, right? All right. So it's almost the new year, guys. Happy New Year.
Woohoo!
Everyone have a safe new year. I'll be home sober and with 3 kids. So
Woohoo! Party.
everyone have a cocktail for me. All right.